Hey there, friend. It's Patty Dominguez here with episode 52 of the Positioning to Profit podcast. I hope this is finding you thriving in your business as we're coming to the halfway point of the year, and what a year it has been. So maybe your business is looking for reinvention or you're looking to pivot a bit. I have a boot camp going on right now. If you head on over to pivotyourpositioning.com, you'll get a mind map and my boot camp that's currently going on in case you want to jump in and see what's cooking, where I can help you with your positioning, because I know I can. That's my superpower. So take advantage over at pivotyourpositioning.com. In this episode, I'm talking about how much is too much when it comes to showing up with your brand. And you'll be surprised with what I have to say, but all good because I'm sharing it right now. Here we go. Hey there, I'm Patty Dominguez. You're about to discover what it means to position your brand and your business to stand out. This show explores the stories of small business owners just like you who are bringing their message out to the world and impacting their tribe. So if you want to take your business to a category of one status, then hang with me because this podcast shares everything you need to know about how to be more prolific with your brand so that you can have more profits. Hey there, friend. Thanks for joining me on this episode. It's a solo show today. I don't have a guest right now. It's just me and you. And today I'm talking about a question that came up in my boot camp. I have a boot camp going on for 12 days where it's all about positioning to profit. And I'm so happy to be able to help fellow entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, as they're finding and carving out their white space of what makes them unique in the marketplace so that they can make their competition irrelevant, because that's how you can stand out and profit in whatever niche it is that you're in. Maybe it's super crowded. Maybe you're not quite sure how you can possibly stand out, and you might be subjecting yourself to these crazy random acts of marketing. So I answer questions in there, and I'm going through some videos and really helpful content in case you want to check it out. But one of the questions came in the Q&A sessions that we're doing about how much is too much. Should I be showing up as my real self because it just may not be as professional as I want it to be? So in finding out a little bit more about that question that came through, I was finding out that this pro, she's a coach, was asking, is it okay to swear? And she said, well, I kind of swear. And I'm like, me too. And then she's like, and sometimes I like cuss a bit much. And I'm like, me too. But then I do know how to be professional when I need to be. And I said, me too. And she said, is that okay? How much is too much? And I kind of gave her a tip of what I had found that has worked for me. Now, there is a fine line between being crass and then just being cheeky or being punchy about what it is that you're saying. So I happen to mention two things that have helped me greatly that I have found have connected the dots for people to know more about who I am if they're contemplating working with me. The first one is my LinkedIn profile. So I still am absolutely surprised at people that don't have a fully fleshed out LinkedIn profile, because I think it is more popular than my website directly, literally. So I happen to own my website, the domain of my name, which is good. But whenever somebody does a search, my LinkedIn profile is the first thing that comes up, which is really interesting. And I have it worked out pretty well. I wouldn't say it's like the best of the best in LinkedIn profiles, but it is a platform that has helped me gain attention. It is something that people check when they're contemplating whether they want to work with me or not. And so I infuse that with my personality, of course, my professional, the background that I have, and of course, what I'm known for. So in my case, the strategy stuff, the leadership, the positioning, and the marketing strategy. So that's always really helpful. And if you don't have testimonials, make sure to add testimonials to your LinkedIn directly and get more than 10. That was kind of the hard and fast rule that I learned, that you definitely want to have more than 10. So that's the first thing. The second one is my website. And what's really interesting is, of all the pages that I thought would get the most traffic, the page that gets the most traffic is my About page. Interesting. It's not the results page. It's not the offers page. It's not the homepage even, it's my about page. It's the one page that people stay on more than any other page because they want to get to know me a little bit. And that is not because it's me or whatever, but because people are if they're interested, they want to know a little bit more about you, right? So they're going to be scoping, they're going to be peeping you out and seeing what they can find. So what's really cool about the About Me is I infuse it with my own brand personality. What I mean by that is I give indication with the quote that I have front and center, what age range I'm at, right? Being a Gen Xer, I used to watch Friends, the show. So I have a quote there from Friends. And then I talk about my skill sets. And then I go into a little bit about my reason for being, right? What I do, why I do what I do, and what my specialty is. I go into my professional accolades, just really, really succinct, pretty much two small paragraphs. And if somebody is interested in wanting to find out more, they could always go to my LinkedIn profile. Now, here's where I get to the stuff that's good. That inevitably, more often than not, when people land on my About page and look at the 10 random facts about me, that's what connects. Isn't that interesting? So I basically have these 10 random facts about me, like I love podcasts and about my background and I grew up with a situational stutter. And then I talk about my college years, how I lived in Madrid, Spain, and all these other little tidbits. I talk about what's on my iPhone playlist or on my Spotify playlist, if you will, so people get to know a little bit more about me. And what's really interesting is I never realize how it connects the dots. I'll be on an exploratory call and somebody will say to me like, oh my God, I love Amy Winehouse too. Or, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about taking an improv class. So how long have you been doing improv? And we start the conversation. So it becomes an icebreaker. It becomes a point of connection where people can talk to you about you and the commonalities that you may have. So that 10 random facts about me is super, super helpful. And then the last one is in my 10 random facts about me is that I swear. I happen to swear. And one of the things that I say in it is I have found that the more real I am, the more authentically I can connect with people. So I believe there's sheer moxie when somebody inserts a well-placed fuck when it's warranted in conversation. Count me in. So I have to tell you, the conversation came up in my boot camp is how much is too much. So this is an example of how I infuse who I am, real, and if people like it or not, that's who I am. And it doesn't hurt me because I still have corporate engagements. People still see my website. People that I work with one-on-one, they know who I am. And so this really becomes a connection point. So instead of being held back and hiding the real you, here's an example of how it's personally worked for me. It becomes a conversation starter and it becomes this ability for people to understand what I stand for, my brand personality and all that. So, and it's really fascinating how it comes up in conversations. And then at the bottom of the About Me page, I have a couple of pictures of my family and my dog and just some other little personal notes in there. And it has been a game changer, if you will, when it comes to having those exploratory conversations and connecting the dots. So I hope that it brings an idea to you of what you can incorporate on your website and just test it out and see if you can infuse more of who you are if you're not already doing that. And if you are doing that and if it's working for you, let me know what is working for you when it comes to connecting with your prospects, your premium prospects in a way that is memorable, in a way that stands out, in a way that starts the conversation. And more importantly, as I always say with proper positioning, it's about capturing mindshare. It's about being the go-to in your space for what you do. So that's my tip for today. I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was a great question that came up in my boot camp. And yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. Now you know how to connect more purposefully with your premium prospects. All right, I'll see you on the next show. Thank you so much for checking out the Positioning to Profit podcast. If you haven't already done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new episodes. And also, it would mean the world to me if you would take a quick moment to leave a rating and review on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or your favorite podcast player. It really helps to get the word out about the podcast and, of course, the featured guests. And lastly, please make sure to connect with me on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, I'm on all of them, and use hashtag positioning to profit so that I can search you out and connect that way too. All right, thanks so much. See you next time.